right, today we're jumping into a really wild story from ancient lore. It's all about a massive cosmic showdown, a story of duty, justice, and what happens when one of the most powerful beings in the universe just decides he's had enough.
I mean, it's a wild question, right? And in this story, we're talking about Agni, the god of fire. When he decides to walk off the job, the entire cosmic order gets thrown into absolute chaos. So let's unpack how a single angry curse pretty much brought the universe to a grinding halt.
So the two big players in this drama are, on one side, Bhrigu, a seriously powerful and respected sage, and on the other, you've got Agni, the god of fire, the sacred messenger. And their big clash kicks off when Agni does something really simple. He does his job and tells the truth.
So here's what happened. A Rakshasa, a demon basically, puts a question to Agni. And look, as a witness, he's bound to answer truthfully. But his honesty makes the sage Bhrigu absolutely furious. And in his rage, he slaps this awful curse on him, that Agni, the very symbol of purity, would now have to consume everything. The sacred and the profane, the clean and the totally disgusting. And Agni's reaction? It's immediate, and he is not happy. You can just feel the outrage in his words. He's basically saying, hold on a second, what did I do wrong here? He just followed his duty, told the truth like he was supposed to. So why in the world is he being punished for upholding the law?
Yeah, Agni is not taking this lying down. He launches this incredible protest, and his whole argument is based on the very rules of the cosmos, on dharma itself. He argues that he wasn't just right, he literally had no other option.
And you really can't overstate what a bind Agni was in. According to cosmic law, if a witness lies, they wreck 7 generations of their family, both past and future. But if you know the truth and you just stay quiet, you're considered just as guilty. So for Agni, speaking up was the only righteous path forward. And this right here, this is the heart of his problem. Agni is the sacred pipeline. He's the mouth of the gods and the ancestors. All those pure, sacred offerings of ghee during every major ritual, they go through him. His whole deal is purity. So how on earth is he supposed to do his job while also being forced to consume, filth? The curse makes his entire purpose impossible. So he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? A sage's curse versus his own sacred nature. And what he does next? Well, it throws the whole universe into total crisis.
Yup, he literally goes on strike. He decides, if my purity is compromised, then I'm out. And poof, he just vanishes, extinguishes himself from every single sacred fire, every ritual, every sacrifice across all 3 worlds. He's just gone. And the fallout? It was instant, and it was a disaster. Without Agni, no one could make offerings. The link between humans and the gods was just severed. The entire cosmic engine just ground to a halt. The ancient texts say the 3 worlds were in turmoil and every living thing was plunged into grief. It was pure panic everywhere. So now you've got the gods, the great sages, the Rishis, and they're all completely helpless. The whole system is collapsing around them. So what do? They go running to the top boss, the creator of the universe himself, Brahma, and basically beg him to fix this mess. Okay, so now the ball is in Brahma's court, and this is a huge problem. He has to honor the curse of a powerful sage, but he also has to get a crucial god back to work. And his solution? It is just a masterclass in divine problem solving. Now, before we get to the fix, we gotta quickly talk about dharma. Think of it as the cosmic rulebook: order, duty, righteousness, the whole shebang. And the real kicker here is that both Bhrigu in his anger and Agni in his truth-telling thought they were following their own dharma. That's why this whole mess needed a higher power to sort it all out.
Okay, so Brahma's solution is just genius. First, he splits things up. He says, look, not all of your fire has to follow the curse. Only the, let's call them baser flames, like the fire that digests food and meat eaters. That part can consume everything. Second, he protects Agni's main job, his core sacred flames, totally pure, totally safe for holy offerings. And third, and this is the best part, he gives Agni an upgrade. From now on, just like the sun, anything your fire touches becomes pure. So the curse actually becomes a new superpower. And boom, everybody wins. the sage's crust is fulfilled, and Agni's sacred duty is saved.
And just like that, with this incredibly elegant fix on the table, the cosmic crisis starts to wind down. The strike is officially over and balance is about to be restored. And what does Agni say? Just 3 simple words. So be it. That's it. The protest is over. The god of fire is back on the job. And you can almost hear the entire universe exhale. The Rishis get back to their rituals, the gods are happy, the whole world is celebrating. And, Agni himself is pretty relieved because he's finally free from that impossible burden of having to sin. So what does this all leave us with? It's this really cool idea, right? That maybe the toughest problems don't have to be a win-lose situation. That with a little wisdom, a little creative thinking, you can find a way to honor 2 things that seem completely at odds with each other. A solution where, in the end, everyone gets what they truly need.